Hi guys, welcome to the Future Internet Cafe. My name is Catherine, and in today's video we are going to learn how to register a company in Kenya. To get started, go to eCitizen.go.ke and click on sign in. If you don't have an account, you first need to register. I have a link in the description on how to register on eCitizen if you don't have an account. So once you click on sign in, it's going to take you to the login page. Enter your email address or your ID number based on whatever you use. Enter your password and click on sign in. It's going to open your eCitizen account. Confirm that all the details that you have entered are correct and that you're using your own profile. Okay, scroll down to BRS, Business Registration Services. Once you click on Business Registration Service, it's going to tell you to confirm that you are logging in with the following details. Confirm that they are yours and click on Continue. Once the BRS portal on the eCitizen opens, click on Make Application. As you can see on your screen, there are different types of companies, but in today's video we are going to look at how to register a private limited company. This is the most popular company registration service. So next, under private limited company, click on Apply Now. So the first step is entering your proposed names. You can enter a maximum of 5, minimum of 3, at least 3 names. So think of the name you want to call your company. Maybe your name is Catherine. You can call it Kate Group Limited or Kate Limited. Just think of a name that you prefer. Enter a minimum of 3 names and a maximum of 5 names. Once you're done, click on Save and Continue or Next. The next step in company registration is Articles of Association. So this is very, very important. It will determine how your company is structured, and in case of any illegalities or compliance issues, you can always refer to the document. So think of this document like a constitution for your company, okay? So you can consult a lawyer. There are company advocates. You can go visit one near your area. You can check out for one and they will advise you. So there are 3 options. 1, you can use the mandatory Articles of Association created by BRS, Business Registration Service. The link is there, so you can visit the link to see how the Article of Association is structured. The second option, you can adopt the Articles of Association of BRS and add your own details in case you want to make some changes to the document. So that is the second option. And the third option, you create your own company of Articles of Association using the help of an advocate, a company advocate. So you can choose either of the 3 options. For the other 2 options, that is your own Articles of Association and one that you have edited from BRS, you need to submit the document. But for the first option, you don't need to submit any documents. So make sure you also fill the other necessary and required information. Any information that has an asterisk is mandatory. So once you're done, click on Save and Continue. Okay, so still under Articles of Association, you need to choose if your company is regulated or non-regulated. So the difference between these two is that regulated, these are companies that are subject to certain laws and regulations that govern their operations. And for non-regulated companies, they are not subject to any extra rules for them to start their operations, okay? So for example, when registering a company in Kenya, if you choose that your company is regulated, those are the main 3 options. Maybe your company is a university, maybe it's in the finance industry, a bank, microfinance, forex, or gaming rooms, casinos, okay? So you have to choose between those 2. Examples of non-regulated companies are maybe a graphic design company, online tutoring, maybe house cleaning services, maybe you're selling your jewelry that you're making at home. So those are some of some examples. So make sure you consult with a lawyer, company advocate, or a consultant, okay, who does company registrations in order to make sure you have the right information. So the other stage is you need to choose your primary business activity and your nature of business. Which industry are you in? What are some of the main services that you are going to offer or products in your company? You also need to enter your target business start date. When do you intend to start this business? Okay. Once you're done, click on Save and Continue. Okay, so still under Articles of Association, you also need to choose your accounting period and month. When do you intend to review your financial statements for your company? How many employees do you intend to start with? Okay, so include only the number of employees who are expected to earn more and zero if none. Okay, so you also need to estimate your annual turnover. For this, you can consult an accountant, okay, professional accountant, to help value how much your company might be worth based on the industry it is in, the products it will be offering, and services. You also need to choose the company you're registering. Is it a subsidiary company or a branch, or maybe it's your first company, or maybe it's a branch of another company? Okay. Was your business formed as a result of amalgamation or acquisition? Has it been acquired by another company or entity, or amalgamation? So once you have chosen all that, click on Save and Continue. The next step in company registration is to enter your registered office address. So choose an address for your company. You can also open a postal box with the name of your company. You can visit Posta website. I think it costs like 10,000 per year or something. We'll check it out for you guys. So you need to enter the registered office address of your company, such as mobile number, email address, postal address, county, location, and such. So the next step in company registration is share information. So this is a very important aspect of company registration. So for this, you can consult a financial analyst. There are two types of shares. We have ordinary shares and preference shares. So ordinary shares basically means that the people who are going to own those shares have voting rights in the company. They can participate in company matters such as choosing directors or any important company decisions that need to be made. But for the preference shares, they have no say in company decisions, but they have a dividend. Okay, think of you like maybe buying shares for Safaricom or maybe another company. Okay, you get dividends at the end of the year. So make sure you also enter the number of shares and the value of each share to ensure that you get the correct and biased number or value for your company. You can consult a financial analyst, or you can do some analytics. You can add both types of shares, okay, ordinary and preference, whatever you prefer for your company. So once you're done, click on Save and Continue. The next step in company registration is adding directors and shareholders, and also a company secretary. So you can choose between, when you click on Add Director / Shareholder, let's start with that. So you can choose between three types. You can either choose a director, shareholder, or shareholder. You can enter all three. Maybe that's what your company has. A director if it only has directors, or director shareholders. So a director is the one who manages and makes company decisions. As for a director, shareholder still makes and manages company decisions, but also owns shares in the company. And a shareholder only owns shares in the company, but does not manage or make company decisions. Okay, so you can choose between either of the three. So the other information that is needed is address of the above person, director, shareholder or shareholder, passport photo, enter the residential address, and you also need to choose the beneficial ownership, the type of control or influence in the company. Okay, do they have direct voting rights or indirect voting rights? A beneficial owner is someone who owns or controls a company, even if the company is not legally registered under their name. You also need to choose the number of shares allocated to that individual person, their voting rights in percentages, their type of control in the company. Now, this is where you might want to consult a corporate advocate, a corporate lawyer, to help determine these things and know how different decisions are going to bring about different compliance issues. Okay, so once you have entered those details as they are required, you click on submit. The other step is to choose the beneficial owners. As I said before, a beneficial owner is someone who owns or controls the company, even if the company is legally owned by someone else. Okay, they are the real people behind the company making things happen. Okay, so you have to enter a beneficial owner by clicking on add beneficial owner. Again, for beneficial owners, after entering their personal information such as name, ID number, address, passport photos, you also need to choose their beneficial ownership. Do they control the company directly or indirectly? Are they shareholders? Do they have indirect voting rights? And direct voting rights means that you get to vote directly in the company in case of any company decisions. And indirect, you affect the company indirectly, either by another entity or another individual. So make sure you consult again a corporate lawyer for such information, so that you establish a company that is well defined and with a good structure. So once you're done, click on submit. Congratulations! Finally, we have reached the end of company registration application documents. So when you get to this stage, you have done your application well, you have entered all the mandatory details and required information. So there are 5 types of documents that you need to download, read word by word, make sure that what is captured is what you actually want to capture, and sign the documents, you and your fellow directors or director shareholders or shareholders. Okay, and then upload the documents back to the platform. So let's go through each document and see what each document is all about. So we are going to start with the CR1 form. So click on download and print. So the CR1 form contains the details of the first directors, the secretary, and authorized signatories of the company. Each of these people need to put a signature on the form, and also the person who completed the form. The application was made under whose account, okay? Whose person. So all those people need to put a signature. We have the CRT form, the CR2 form, okay? It outlines the share capital of the company. So those individuals need to put a signature, and also the signature of the applicant. We also have the CR8 form, notice of residential address, change of address of director of the company. So in case the director changes the address, they need to notify BRS. So the director needs to put their signature in this form. We also have the statement of nominal capital. This outlines the nominal value of your company. This is where you consult a financial analyst to determine the value of your company. So this form outlines that. So a signature is also required. We also have the beneficial owners form. So the above individuals need to put their signatures. So make sure you go through each piece of information and ensure that it's correct before you submit your documents. In the beneficial ownership form, the director needs to input their signature. After this, the next step is payment. Company registration private limited in Kenya costs 10,650 Kenyan shillings. And after making your payment, you can wait for BRS to go through the documents. In case of any corrections that will be required, you will need to submit. Corrections, if any corrections are needed, you will need to submit them. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching all throughout the video. My name is Catherine. Today we learned how to register a company. Registering a company can be very beneficial as it protects your personal assets. In case the company has any debts, your personal assets cannot be touched. But it has a lot of compliance and regulations that you need to ensure you know about and you're compliant, okay? So make sure you consult a lawyer for specific information, corporate advocates, financial analysts, compliance officers, in case you need any help. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.